Welcome, good to be here. Randell Johnson here with 𝐒𝐭𝐨𝐫𝐚 CEO, founder of Acelerex. I'm talking today about valuing performance of energy storage using stack services, optimizing inventory, renewable energy generator, microgrid, and or like events, different grid applications of distributed resources. I'll talk about a little bit about the Acelerex introduction, the energy storage stack services, the Tecloman CUBOX and the CUBOX Technoeconomic Simulation. Just a little bit about Acelerex. We've been in business for about 7 years. We started up back in 2017. I was the CEO founder of it. We have consulting that does categorization of energy storage. So other notorious folks. We have Steve Bowles on our board. He's the former CEO and president of 𝐒𝐿 Power and Water. We have 52,000 employees, $32 billion of revenue. We have Terry Boston, who is the former CEO of 𝐕𝐚𝐥𝐿, the largest grid market in the world. Introduced the first battery energy storage market, competitive market in the world. And he's on our board. And I have Dr. John Wells on the board. He was the one who grew gold in the UK up to about $1 billion valuation. So I've been able to, as a CEO, to pick my board members. They're all winners. Let me just give you some advice. Don't always pick winners because every day you got to win. All right, so we'll talk a little bit about the grid analytics software. So what we focused on early on is because back in 2017, storage was just starting to kind of get cool. It was a little cooler before that. I didn't work with the first large-scale battery in the United States. It was a 35 megawatt battery in 2004 for transmission congestion relief. So what we focused on was energy storage analytics for the market to develop. And as you can see with this show, the market has developed. There's lots of players. So what we looked at is energy asset valuation. What's the value of the storage as it does the services? How does it add value to the grid? How does it reduce fuel burn? How does it better optimize solar and renewables? How does the battery, the Tecloman equipment, say reduce fuel burn? How does it say make the grid more reliable? These kind of things. Get invested in planning and clean energy policy, right? Everybody can do clean energy policy. Everybody from every top college in the world can get clean energy policy. What is it? You multiply the percent of clean energy you want times your load. That's it. No degree needed. You can come from the top schools, but if you want reliable clean energy, then you need storage. And that's when you have to be a little smarter. Because just multiplying, say I want 30% decarbonization by 2030, you take your load, multiply it by 30%, and that's how much clean energy you need. But if you want reliable clean energy, because the sun and the wind are going up and down each day, if you want reliable clean energy, that takes a little bit more sophistication. We focused on those aspects, and now the world is starting to see when they integrate a lot of clean energy, they're starting to see the grid problems. For instance, countries like Barbados, countries like Bermuda, countries like Maldives, countries like Mauritius, all over the place, as they integrate the renewables, they start to run into operational problems. That's where the storage helps out, helps optimize. And then the grid technical analysis and utility expansion plans. So where storage really revealed itself very valuable is 4-quadrant stack services. What are 4-quadrant stack services? It's the power, it's the stack power services. And then stacking up the capacity of the storage through the inverter capability curve or capability curve and stacking up reactive services like voltage set point control, transient voltage response, flicker control, power factor control. And then some of the power strategies in energy arbitrage, reserve, regulation, reserve, renewable integration, charging, frequency fast response, and black particle grid forming inverters. With this storage creates capacity savings, fuel savings, variable operation and maintenance savings, quantities of generators, move oil and generators. It saves on primary, secondary, and tertiary reserves that it saves. For example, without storage, if you wanted to run a load, if you could secure, you have to sometimes run extra generation. So if one generator fails, the other generators take over the load. That leads to fuel burn. That's fuel burn. Whereas if storage is sitting there, it can sit there idle and then it can respond if there's a loss in supply, like loss of grid, loss in the generator. And here are some of the services that I talked about. We have essential and control services. These are software layers that sit essentially at a central control center. And then we have local services that are like autonomous services. And as you get like the CUBOX, it can be distributed at different locations. There's value to have autonomous service. What is an autonomous service? An autonomous service is where you can measure things locally and you can respond to it. What's a local measure? Frequency, voltage, power from the solar, different kinds of quantities like that, that then the control system of the storage plant can respond locally without getting an external signal coming from a farm to the storage. And some of the voltage support, flicker control, power factor control, virtual inertia, frequency response, renewables firming. What kind of renewables firming are there? We were told by the National Renewable Energy Lab of the United States, you can integrate as much renewables as you want, and you have nothing to worry about other than your bank account, other than the cost. It's only economics. Well, that story's not quite true. Because once you get to 30%, 20%, you start to have reliability issues with this, and then you have to integrate storage to help with that. So, so then you have to have an autonomous and local control and grid control or storage allows it to manage the grid with renewables and also distributed resources. So, the box, we got the power box, and we have to manage generation of mobile energy storage, power supply, that helps operate a significantly reduce fuel consumption, CO2 emissions, while providing excellent performance to all devices. And some of the numbers, different sizes, 559 kilowatt hours, 600 kilowatt hours, 645, 1500 kilowatt hours. In the different ratings, KVA ratings, the outputs, and then the power factor capability plus minus. One of the things you want to find with generators and a lot of the grids is they can only do a lagging power factor. They can't do leading, whereas the storage can do leading and lagging power factor. That's very important for cable systems based like on islands in different locations and smaller parts of the grid because they're allowed to do the lagging, lagging, and then it's got the HMI, it's got the other features. And then with that, what we did is we ran, because the previous slide I was talking about the stack services. Now I just talked about the technology. Now let's talk about the stack services and the technology together. And so we have an example of box generators, solar PV and demand. And what we do is we get retail energy arbitrage, so time of trade. We get a retail demand charge because during any 1 month, whatever your demand charge is what sets your electricity bill. And there's utility, usually there's a global demand charge too. There's often 2 demand charges for larger, for like commercial sites. And then some wholesale market services. The nice thing is like in some of the countries, like the US, they've got new rules of the first order 2222 that you get a double dip. You get to get paid twice for the same thing. So if you go to your job today, you do 1 piece of paper and you get paid twice. You get 2 days paid for 1 day's work. So that's kind of what double dipping is. What that means is behind the meter, you're providing a service. In front of the meter, as the power comes out, you can also sell it. So the same power behind the meter, the same power. These new rules are coming to like the United States as an example. And so we valued it like that. Solar size 1 megawatt, we did a half megawatt generator. We did a daily megawatt hour average annual peak, and then a 𝐒𝐭𝐨𝐫𝐚𝐠𝐞 storage to help with the peak shaving. And with that, we hopefully the video will start running. Start running. In any case, there's some stack service fees for that, for the system that we selected. So just to remind ourselves the size of the system, the size of the system was the CUBOX of 0.5 megawatts, 1.5 megawatt hour. And we did a stack services. So throughout the day, the idea of virtualizing the storage. So doing more than one thing at once. And so it's like temporally and simultaneously. So being able to do, say, like heat shaving plus some energy arbitrage at the same time simultaneously. And we estimate for the one of the notes we looked at that it created $80,000 savings per year with that size of system with about, I don't know, 5-6 year payback on the system. And with that, that's it for our talk for Acelerex. We're in Cambridge, Massachusetts. We're in Santiago, Chile, Gujarat, India, and Istanbul, Turkey. I'll take any questions. Anybody got any questions? Come on, it's after lunch. We're gonna have one question. You can do them in any language. I'll still give you an answer.